here's something that I think that everybody will like. It's only a short clip. I suggest everybody watch it. But here's the judges on the Trump appeal against, for the Deutsche Bank stuff that Tish James, got him on. So watch. It's just a short clip.
Please the court. Judith Vale for the New York Attorney General's office. All of the defendants repeatedly violated.
Ms. Vale, can you identify any previous case in which the Attorney General sued under Executive Law 6312 to upset a private business transaction that was between equally sophisticated partners, where the supposed victim had the ability and legal obligation to discover the allegedly misrepresented matters by conducting its own due diligence, where the supposed wrongdoer advised the supposed victim through written disclaimers to conduct its own due diligence and to draw its own conclusions, where the alleged misrepresentation almost entirely concerned inherently subjective valuations of properties and businesses.
Yes.
And where the victim never complained about any fraud in the transactional losses from it. Because I've gone through the cases which you've cited, and all of them always involved the consumer protection aspect. It involved protection of the market.
Several responses.
And I want to add to his question, and little to no impact on the public marketplace.
Well, maybe I'll take that first, Your Honor, and work backwards. There was absolutely a public impact and a public interest here. There are at least 4 different public harms from the kind of misconduct here. First of all, when deceptively hidden risks are injected into the market, that does hurt the counterparties, and there was harm to the counterparties here, but it also harms other market participants and the market as a whole because they are not understanding the risks, they are not pricing them in properly, and they are not prepared for what might happen if the true risks come to pass. Also, as the legislature made clear in passing 6312, it was concerned with harms to the honest business people who don't do the misconduct and therefore don't get the kind of benefit that they got here.
I suppose you're referring to the fact that Trump received a lower interest rate than he might otherwise have received. But haven't you yourself conceded that the assets were sufficient to get the lower interest rate of the private wealth management direction?
Absolutely not, Your Honor. That is not conceded one bit. And
you're pointing to Ernst & Young, you're pointing to First American. Ernst & Young, you're dealing with the collapse of Lehman Brothers. First American, you're dealing with an action brought against an appraiser who overvalued properties at the behest of a lender perpetrating a scheme to induce unsophisticated consumers into taking out home loans that they could not afford. It hardly seems that justifies bringing an action to protect Deutsche Bank against President Trump, which is what you have here. I mean, you've got 2 really sophisticated parties in which no one lost any money, and that was the point of my initial question. Every case that you cite involved where there was damage to consumers, damage to the marketplace. You've got a scheme to get unsophisticated consumers to take out home loans. You got a collapse of Lehman Brothers. You don't have anything like that here.
It took me a little bit to figure out what the fuck was going on. I got it towards the end. This is for Trump. The judges are for Trump. I didn't know what was happening.
Sorry.
But at the bottom of every, when you put in your value of your home, it says, when you're the homeowner, that this is not held accountable for. The underwriter must approve this for it to be truth. So no matter what he said, the underwriter has to be, and that
has to do the due diligence.
The bank. Yeah. So
well, the judges were saying to her, you're not showing us who was harmed. And this was only one clip. Obviously, even that was too long.
You know what? If that underwriter's so dumb, then I'm going to put them in my studio apartment's worth $5 million. I'm in Staten Island.
Yeah.
And there's no Venezuelan gangs.